Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to add a bunch of titles in my head, but I'm going to entitle this video, God shall not rule for 2 seconds. Or not even 2 seconds. I just threw that out there. Anyway, I got up watching this video that was put up. Let me do this. Decided to put up a video, 3-hour video. When I was watching that part of it, these guys were getting confounded by that demon Ronan. He was asking them questions. They were stuttering there, but it might have been. I think it. That pressure got on you guys, and it was you and Hakar. The pressure got on you guys because of Ronan, and Ronan is a complete bug out. If you're listening to Ronan, you're a complete bug out, and maybe you should change your name. Do you know what the word Ronan means? It means a masterless samurai, which means I don't need no leader over me. I do my own thing. That's why Ronan. He was going back and forth with these guys about, they were saying that we're going to be delivered by UFOs, which they got from the leadership of GMS. They didn't come up with that on their own. So Ronan can't see it. So you deal with a bug out like, and we try to work with that guy Ronan, but he's bugged out. As his name is, so is he. A masterless samurai. He doesn't want to listen to leader. He don't want to come up under leadership. He'll buck up against GMS. He'll buck up against Sakari. He'll buck up against IUIC with his own brand of nonsense. So anyway, I'm watching this video, and I'm like, oh boy, I got to deal with this mess. So if you've been watching. Hakar right here, Brother Hakar, whatever his title is, he had said that after the Babylon is destroyed, that Gog is going to rule for a period of time. Didn't say how many. That's why I said 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 days, 2 hours. Gog, when I say Gog, I'm talking about Gog Magog, or Gog from the land of Gog, which are the so-called Russians. Sometimes it's referred to as the Medes in Isaiah 13. Now, when you read Isaiah 13, it speaks about the Medes. It's talking about the Russians, but somebody would come out and say, no, well, the Medes is below Russia. The reason why it said Medes, because there was no name for Russia. That was no man's land. That was like out the vast north, and so it had to be founded. And by the way, it was founded, I don't know if you know that, Israelites founded Russia. The word Russia, as I said, I keep putting it out, Russia is a Hebrew word. Moscow is a Hebrew word. The Russian language is based on ancient Hebrew. I did a video on that. And you can look it up. I'm not going to go into it. I forget where I put the video on a page that was taken down, but this was years ago. I did some study on the Russian language, and they say it's based on the Hebrew. All right? Russia is a Hebrew word. I'm not going to tell you what it means. You tell me what it means. You do the math. Moscow is also a Hebrew word. The Scythians are Israelites. Do the history on Russia, and you will see that the founders of Russia were people called the Scythians. Paul said, in not so many words, that the Scythians will receive salvation. And the barbarians. Who was he talking about? He's talking about Israelites. Scythians are Israelites. Barbarians are Israelites. And another thing, you got IUIC, you got ISUPK, and whoever else. They'll go into the 7 heads and they'll say Russia is one of them. Russia was never part of the 7 heads. When you read about the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago, Russia was never part of it. Russia never even came on the scene. Do the math. The math ain't mathing with y'all. Pagan Rome ruled. They only ruled for about 150 years. From approximately 65 BC to 96 AD. That's about approximately 150 years. That's when Esau ruled. After, and I go through this. All you got to do is, Jake didn't come in. The first Jake emperor came in, Septimius Severus, in 193 AD. No. The first Jake emperor came in right after Nerva, not Nerva, but Nerva was a Jake. He one of the 5 good emperors, because when these Jakes came into power, they were doing right by the people. So history, tells you that these guys were considered the 5 good emperors. One of them was Trajan. One of them was Hadrian. One of them was Marcus Aurelius, Nerva, and there was 2 others. Trajan, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and then there was one other. These guys were Jakes. And if you check out their busts, you got some busts that was made after the fact that made them look like Edomites. But you check out the busts and you do enough research, they all had beards. I believe Nerva didn't have a beard, but the rest of the 4 are the good emperors, including Commodus, which is featured in the movie Gladiator. They got another Gladiator, Gladiator 2. So I'm watching the trailer 2 weeks ago, and I noticed that Denzel, what part is Denzel looking royal? I do the research and I find out that Denzel played Emperor I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Let me do this. Now I'm forced to do this. Anyway, let's come over here. Come on now. Let me do it this way here. Or these same guys from the Sakari, they believe that the Second Ezra 11 and Second Ezra chapter 12 is part of it. All of it, or even part of it, is talking about the Byzantine Empire. Nope, you're wrong. You guys are kids. You guys are tadpoles in this thing. You need to start watching the GMS videos like you started. All them breakdowns that they do, different Revelation 12, different Revelation this. Oh, the fact that they keep the Sabbath on based upon the new moon. Where do you think they got it from? The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Did they get that? Did they make that up? Did the Most High come to Hassad in a dream? No. They got it from the GMS. It came up under GMS. And Hassad came in long after. So what did I say I was going to go? All right, let me do this. A list of Roman emperors. Okay, so let me see here. Let me just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The 12 feathers in second Ezra's 11 and 12. It mentions the 12 winged feathers. It says the 3 heads and the prominent heads and contrary feathers, which go beyond. You know how you had guys. Actually, let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The first one, the prominent one, was Julius Caesar. So you can actually say 13. You can actually say 13. So this guy was a Jake as I go through it. Another Jake, Trajan, Hadrian, Jake, Pius, Antonius Pius, Marcus Aurelius, Lucius Verus, which the movie goes off. They said it was Marcus Aurelius and then Commodus, his son, which killed him. His son did not kill him. He died. He died. I believe it was naturally. Nobody killed him. And then he came in. He came in for a while. We're talking 8 years. And then Commodus came in. He was in there 77. He was in there for a while. But these were all Jakes. Then you have the continuation of the around about here. That's when you had the matter of fact, let me come on down. You notice it says Constantine the First, the West, right? You got Diocletian, Maximian, which is part of the four. Divided the empire into East and West. You had Diocletian, you had Maximius, you had Constantius, and what was the other one? I forget the other one. I'm not going to look for it. But these are all Jakes. So you got Bishop Nathaniel, and at the first Jake that came in was right around Septimius Severus. No, you had Jake ruling way before that. I keep going to that, and he'll say the same thing. And Septimius Severus came in at 193. He got that from he's mocking the elder apostle, high priest Yeshaya, which high priest Yeshaya didn't have the whole truth. Caracalla, which Edomites will tell you that Caracalla was a black Caesar. So if he was a black man, his father was Septimius Severus. He had to be a black man. And it was kept mostly in the family. Especially when you go to the 4th century. It was kept mostly in the family. Because you got a Constantine II, Constantine III, Constance the First. These are all Jakes. And Esau will never tell you that, because if they say, oh, we only ruled the Roman Empire for about 150 years. How long did we rule? Y'all ruled the rest of the time from really 96 to really 1453. And that was more than 1,000 years. So we ruled 1,000 years plus. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay. I'm sorry. This is what I wanted to do. Let me go to 2:7. Let me go to 2. Okay. Macrinus, which this is the Denzel plays Macrinus, which he was the emperor, which was a Jake. That's why Ridley Scott said we're gonna have Denzel play him, because Ridley Scott did some research with his they got scholars and historians that specialize in Roman history, they said this guy, Marcanus, was a Jake. So if they knew that, they should know that Commodus and Marcus Aurelius was Jake too. Now this guy, Elagabalus, he only ruled for a year because this guy had him killed and said, give me his head so I can know that he's dead. So when they took this man down, they chopped his head off and they brought it to this guy. And he said, okay, good, I'm confirmed that nigga's dead. This was another Jake. And Jake got some real hatred for each other. So anyway, so when you watch that movie, now you know the rest of the story. Anyway, let's get back into it. Okay, so now I want to do this. Now, this individual, Assad said, Tahar was talking this and that, but he mentioned Ezekiel 38, but he didn't go into it. Why is that? Well, I'm going to go into it now. Because when you read Revelation chapter 20, verse 7, starting at verse 7 on down, it says pretty much the same event happens in Ezekiel 38. So I didn't feel the need to read that. Revelation 20, verse 7 and 8, and I believe you can go to 9. I'm not going to go to it now at this point. It's talking about the same. This is the fulfillment of that, Ezekiel 38 and 8. So we're going to read now, okay? Because Russia ain't going to, I made a statement. I said, Russia, you're going to have people left in Russia because not all Russia is going to be destroyed. You're going to have people that's going to, fight us. Not necessarily Russians, but could be. When we come back down, because the world is going to be a hot mess. The places that are not hit with missiles are going to be, a lot of the places are going to be destroyed. Buildings are going to fall down. A lot of people are going to die from the earthquake. And there's never been a time in history where there was a earth earthquake where the whole entire earth shook. What's going to make the whole entire earth shake? The missiles. The Yahweh and the angels coming down shooting lasers. But mainly the missiles is going to make the earth shake, the whole earth shake. So when we come back down and take the world over, the whole world is going to pretty much be in shambles, especially your high buildings, and the world's going to have to be built back up. And at no time, the Russians are going to set up armies and just come and jump us. Because it said we're going to dwell in safety, which is not talking about us. So you got it wrong, my man. If anything, you got the survivors of the NATO nations, survivors of the EU nations, survivors of the Arab nations. And then we're going to come down and say, well, you new rulers get in line so we can give you work. Hey, people said, fuck you. You a bunch of niggas. Okay, we're going to show you how much of a nigga we are. You're going to learn my name. You're going to learn that we're Israelites and we're not niggas and spicks. And we're going to zap a lot of them and have fun zapping them and coming down as X-Men. We're going to kill enough of them where they say, you know what? We can't defeat these guys. And that would include any of the people of Gog, It ain't talking about no goddamn God. We're going to run into the mountains and we're going to take these high-powered weapons with us and we're going to wait 2 months, and when Israel sits down they have a feast, we're going to jump them. Yeah, but the Most High is going to be there. The Spirit of the Lord is going to be there. Yahweh Shai is going to be there pursuant to Revelation 21. We don't give a damn. We're going to kidnap the Most High. You see, when if Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with you, you are not of the elect. And we have deemed Hassad as not being of the elect. And we try to help you. But you can't get it. You're gonna come back. You're not of the elect, bro. If you was one of the elect, you wouldn't have joined ISUPK first and then go to the Sakari. And now you got kicked out for whatever reason. We no longer with Sakari. So when we ask him what happened, it's none of your business. Well, why tell us that you got kicked out? You should just kept it to yourself. Okay? So the Most High led you to the ISUPK, then he led you to the Sakari. He did not lead you to the GMS. There's a reason for that. Because you're not one of the elect. Now, if you were ultimately one of the elect, you will apologize. You would say, you know what? GMS has 100% truth. Ain't no Russians going to hide in the mountains, get their steal the weapons. We're going to steal a couple of ICBM missiles too, and we're going to get Israel. But the spirit of the Most High is there. The spirit of Yahushua is there. We're going to judge angels. One angel, remember what one angel did to the Assyrians, right? Remember what one angel did to 85,000 Israelites during the time of David. One angel, one, uno, ichi in Japanese. Mano, one, uno, one angel. So let me read this. And he's not going to see it because he's filled up with pride. But he's not one of the elect. As we deem it, he's not one of the elect. It says, after many days, thou shalt be visited. In the latter days, which is now, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword. That's talking about two places, ultimately. America, when you read Nahum and many other, Nahum 3 and many other scriptures, it said they're not going to have a defense system. Their defense system is going to fail. You got the land of Israel, which they have the, the Iron Dome, which they're saying that Iron Dome really don't work. It doesn't block all the missiles. You can go into it. When they first came out with it, they said that Iron Dome is all bullshit. That's what they say. And Russia can get past that Iron Dome. When they show the Iron Dome is not going to stop, hypersonic missiles. Not going to stop them. Not going to stop them. Going to crush all these shit. That's why it's going to utterly destroy Babylon the Great and the land of Israel. So this is what this is talking about. Ezekiel 38 and 8. Brought back by the sword. You can see that the Houthi rebels in Iran, you can see that they didn't destroy. If they had the power to completely destroy the land of Israel, they'd have been destroyed it. They hid in certain areas. And is gathered out of many nations that sitteth upon many waters, which is America and Israel. Israel is a melting pot, and America is a melting pot against the mountains of Israel. Mountains is a place. It can also be known as a people, but mountains is a place, which have been always waste. When we left, this place was a wasteland. You got what's called a kibbutz, that they bring in trees and greenery to beautify the land. But that place ain't flourishing like it's supposed to flourish. When we get back there, that place is going to flourish. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So wait a minute. You're saying that that's talking about us, the Israelites in the kingdom, and now we're going to dwell safely. Well, if we could dwell in safely, how can God get us? It's talking about them because they haven't been full-on attacked, because their number one ally is the United States. Who supplies the weapons to the Israeli military? The United States. The training, the United States. And the Israeli army, that's one of the premier armies on the planet Earth. Hand-to-hand combat, special training, and so forth. Matter of fact, the United States police forces, they're trained by the Israeli military. Back in the day when I was a kid, a cop would pull you over, ask you a couple of questions, and then they could give you a ticket. When I said, they'll say, no, so go ahead, just be safe. Your license is suspended, I'm going to let you go. Now you get a ticket. They're going to give you a ticket for something. And they come in a military code, and that started in California. You look at the people that when you do your shift, you're looking at the people as the enemy combatants. You don't look at them as, that's why they used to say to serve and protect. They don't serve and protect no more. The Supreme Court said they don't have to come and help you for anything. The sister found out, Sonia, whatever her name is, when she called the police wound up killing her. You know? She might as well have had a shotty and went out there her damn self. And she should have had a man. But what set the demon off was she said Jesus. But Jesus didn't help her because they know Jesus. Jesus is some faggot somewhere getting popped. All right? When she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she was thinking about eating Caesar Borgia. 6 pictures of Caesar Borgia popped him in the head. And what did they're showing you that is not his name. He said, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. And she cowered down and he shot her in the face any goddamn way. So where's the outrage, you Jakes? And they shall dwell safely, all of them. So if this is talking about us, what does the word safely mean? And I clicked on it. You can click on it, and there's several precepts that you find the word safely in, meaning you're going to be safe from harm. And ultimately in the kingdom, that safety is going to be the safety. The scriptures say we don't need the sun and the moon because the Most High is going to be the sun and the moon. The light is going to come from the Most High. I'm not going to go to that. So in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be completely protected. Number one, we're going to be angels in bodies. All right? Our men, our women, and our children. So the Russians could come and attack us, but a little infant can play around with wild animals in the forest and they don't get harmed. And that's an infant. In the kingdom of heaven, if you want, you can let your infant go. Where's he going? I don't know. Don't worry about him. He's all right. That's Kalel. That's baby Kalel, man. So what in the hell is Hassad what is he talking about? What's your problem, dude? It said we're going to live safely. If you say that this is talking about us, it ain't talking about us. It's talking about Esau, America, and right now it's talking about the land of Israel. You got Israelites living among them small hats. You got a lot of them small hats, pasty small hats, that are actually Israelites. You got a lot of Cushites that are Israelites because they mix their seed. You got a large community of Israelites that goes back to 1970. So how many generations? We're talking 4 or 5 generations of Israelites. So we're talking about possibly 1 million or more Israelites living in the land of Israel. And if any of them are the elect, they're going to be beamed up. This right here is not talking about the kingdom of heaven. We're going to establish the kingdom of heaven and the Russians are going to jump us, man. That's why Bishop Nate stopped teaching that shit, because we straightened his ass out. Okay, thou shalt ascend and come down like a storm. This is getting ready to happen. And then when the kingdom is established, this is not going to happen. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. So we're going to be enjoying ourselves in the kingdom. And a cloud, what's that cloud? Yahweh Shai, what's that cloud? Michael the Archangel, what's that cloud? You need to well, in a video you were sitting down aside. You need to stand up and then sit down. That's in Isaiah 52. Stand up and sit down, or sit down and stand up. Thus saith Yahweh the Most High, it shall come to. Could you imagine that? We're in the kingdom and they say, who the hell is that? But we would know because we're prophets. Oh, well, those are them Gagites. They coming to fuck with us again. No, stop it. Get some help. Now this guy said, if you notice, Tahar didn't go into Ezekiel 38. Well, I'm going into it now, baby. What do you think? I was afraid to go into Ezekiel 38? But like I said, you can't see it because you're not one of the elect. If you was one of the elect, the Most High would not lead you to no ISUPK and then to Shikari. And then you wouldn't get confused and started. You and Hakar was stuttering when Ronan Ronan is a tadpole in the game. And he had you guys stuttering. And you guys wanted, you got 2 minutes and we're gonna get you. Yeah. When they corner your asses, you want to get the nigga off the phone. And Ronan is like I said, he's a tadpole in the game. If you're listening to this, Ronan, you're a tadpole in the game. Thus saith, you need to change that name, boy. Change that. Let me take back, boy. You're not a boy, you're a man. I apologize. It says it's just a figure of saying. It says, thus saith Yahweh the Most High, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, into thy brain. That's talking about, the scriptures say, I will turn thee back, right? I will put hooks into thy jaws. I'm going to make you do what I want you to do in a dream, in a vision by night. He turneth them the way he wants to. I'm just paraphrasing scriptures. Russia's going to do what they're going to do because the Most High put it in their heart. Revelation 17 from verse 12 on down, when it speaks about the 10 horns shooting fire on them, it said because the Most High put it in their heart to do so. So whatever Putin, if Putin is still alive, which he probably is, he's going to do what he's going to do because the Most High made him do what he's going to do. It says that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. Now we're going to be protected by the great wall in Revelation 21 and 21. Now y'all saying that it ain't an actual wall, which I agree. It represents there was a wall great and high. It represents we're going to be completely safe. That's what it represents. Because when you go into the dimensions of the wall, it's not talking about an actual wall. It's talking about we're going to be completely covered by the Most High. Once this man goes down, we're going to be completely covered by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the angels. Okay? And had a wall great and high, which represents safety. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them. And by the way, Jerusalem, the place Jerusalem had a wall around it. So in the kingdom, there's going to be a spiritual wall. That wall in Revelation 21. So we're going to be completely safe. After this man goes down, ain't no fellow going to come up against us. Right? Iniquity shall not, I'm merely paraphrasing, shall not come up a second time. I'm botching that. I'm not going to go to it. Somebody put it in the description. I will go to them that are at ease. When we go in the kingdom, when we're at ease, we're going to stay at ease. We're going to stay at ease. And nobody's going to mess with us. Like I said, the Spirit, read Revelation 21. The Spirit of the Lord is going to be among men, meaning the Israelite men. The Spirit's going to be there. The angels are going to be there. It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, we're going to judge angels. We're going to be angels in bodies. We're going to have spidey sense, so we're going to know when the enemy. There ain't no enemy going to come sneak up on us, man. Are you out your fucking mind? And when we set up the kingdom is established, them people, them Russian Edomites, they're going to be working, man. They ain't going to be hiding up in the room. We're going to have control over the whole earth. What are you, stupid? I will go to them that are at ease. That's talking about these Edomites, because Netanyahu, they think they're at ease. They don't realize that the war that they're waging against the Houthis, which is backed up by the Iranian people, they don't know these scriptures, so they don't understand that Russia's going to back them up and ultimately shoot missiles. So what? If you ask me whose side are you on, the Israeli side or the Houthis, rebels, and I said I'm on the Most High side. I said this is all about prophecy. Netanyahu, all he's doing, he's fulfilling prophecy. And why is he doing what he's doing? Because the Most High put it in his mind to do what he's doing. It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unlaw villages. So let's imagine this stupid shit. God went up to the mountains. They were eating herbs like the Maccabees. Then they had guns and shit. You Homo sapiens and your guns, inside joke. And then they attack us, and we don't know what the hell going on. I'm cooking a barbecue lamb, and say, what the hell is all this? What in tarnation is going on? And where you at, Angel? Michael, where you at, Yahushua? No. Once the kingdom is established, no nation, no power, no demons. We're gonna have control over the demons. But we're not gonna know. We're just gonna, hey, yeah, we're in the kingdom now. We got spiritual power. I'm just bugging on these guys. See, when you really, if you're one of the elect, you would see this and you would laugh. So I'm laughing at Hassad. I'm laughing at Hakah. I'm laughing at Bishop Nathaniel. I will go to them that are at ease, at rest. Guess what? When we're at rest, we're going to stay at rest. Ain't nobody going to, you bet not. Not better not. You bet not even think, because we're going to read your minds, nigga. That dwell safely. That's not talking about us in the kingdom of heaven. That's talking about these devils now. Who's in the land now? These devils. All of them dwelling without walls, which walls represent what do you call it? A weapon. What do you call it? Defense system. Like the Scud, not the Scud, but the Iron Dome represents a wall to block out missiles. And having neither bars nor gates. Now, what should come to your mind? Nahum chapter 3, which I'm not going to go into. To take a spoil. Oh, they're going to come. We're going to be in the kingdom. We're going to have this lovely shit. They're going to sack the treasury again, huh? They're going to take some of our women. Are you kidding me? The Russians are going to come down and they're going to take. We taking all your shit. And we taking some of you women too. No, stop it. Get some help. Please, get some help. To take, and you shouldn't have never said, see, Tahar, if you notice, he didn't talk about Ezekiel 38, but he never went to it. I didn't feel the need to go through it. I figured you would get it on Revelation 20. I figured you would get it. I figured you would figure out, and even the commentary, the Bible Hub, as Bishop Nathaniel says, the Bible Hub, if you go to the Bible Hub and you look this up, Ezekiel 38, the precepts that accompany Ezekiel 38 is Revelation 20, verse 7, 8, I believe 7, 8, and 9. Is that to take a spoil, so they're going to come take our shit. We in the kingdom, we got super babies, baby Kalels. You can have your little infant, 6 months old, 3 months old, just wander away. There's all kind of animals out there. We're going to say, okay, put the spirit in the baby's mind and come on back. Not that we're going to do that. Our women going to have spirit. They're going to be spiritual. They're going to be spiritual superwomen, and we're going to be supermen. And our babies are going to be super babies. But the Russians going to tell you cooking a barbecued lamb, and all of a sudden a Russian guy going to knock you in the head. You want me to knock you in the head? Inside joke. To take a spoil, then they're going to take our shit. They're going to take our shit, and they're going to take some of our women. And we're going to take your women, we're going to pop them, and we're going to bring Mother Russia back to your women. They're going to look like, come on, stop it. And to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon desolate places. Because Israel's a desert place. That place ain't sprouting trees and shit. They got to bring shit from, like I said, the kibbutz. Look that up. That are now inhabited. Them devils are over there right now. And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations. They went all throughout Europe, and we're going to get this German guy, we're going to get this Italian guy. You want to be a Jew? Even Eustace Mullen said, he was talking about Palestine. So he said he got a lot of them from Germany, And he said, I got the video somewhere. Eustace Mullins said, why would people want to go to a desert? You're living in modern cities. What sense does it make to go to a desert? Because they were paying them people off to say that that was a fulfillment of the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds were going down there. I believe there's streets, at least one street called Rothschild Way or something like that. Apostle Gabar goes into that. But Eustace Mullins said, why would you go to a barren desert if you're living in a modern city like Germany? Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. They had to put people, the Rothschilds had to put people in there and then make them believe that they're the Israelites. And I've dealt with them Orthodox. Them are the nicest motherfucking people in the world, bro. Them, when I dealt with them, I worked with small hats. Them people, they cool. They cool. Maybe they talk shit behind our back. When I worked for this, it was me, Gabar, Ricard, Rhyme. We all worked for these small hats, and we used to do certain runs, and they said, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make you happy. And then you would say, well, if I don't get $200, or whatever the case may be, if I don't get $200 for this job, I'm quitting, or I'm gonna curse them out. And they might give me $350, whatever the case may be. I'm just throwing numbers out there. When I used to pick them up, they'd be there waiting for me. They'll give you a good day, they tip you, and all that. But guess what? With all that niceness, guess what? They're still going into captivity if they're Edomites, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land, that are gathered out of the nations. That's like Israel's like a melting pot, just like America is. So this land that Israel is talking about on this side, when this destruction this is getting ready to happen. It ain't gonna happen a second time. Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarsus, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey? This is getting ready to happen. This is not going to happen in the kingdom with us. Away silver and gold to take away cattle and goods to take a great spoil. So they're going to jump us. They're going to take our gold. They're going to take our silver. They're going to raid the temple. And they're going to take our women. And they might as well take our women. And we got spiritual power. We ain't doing a damn thing. Come on now. It said, therefore, son of man, prophesy, say against Gog. So we're going to tell them, see, we're going to prophesy. Brother, we're going to bring the signs back out. We're going to set up camps to prophesy against God. When the destruction comes, Armageddon comes, that's when this is going to be fulfilled. All this is going to be fulfilled. 14th verse. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto Gog. Now you notice it say Magog. Magog just means from Gog. Or from Magog means the land of Gog. Thus saith Yahweh the Most High, in that day when my people of Israel dwell of safety, shalt thou not know it. Now, you're saying, because it says my people. When we truly dwell safely, ain't no fellow going to come up against us. That's, even the nations say that. That's Isaiah 14. Since thou was taken down, Isaiah 14 and 9, no fellow have come against us. But they're going to come against Israel, the Israelites. Huh? And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north, which is Russia, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. So they're going to hide us. We're going to be in the kingdom. They're going to have that army, and they're going to say, we're going to get them now. We're going to get them now. Like I said, don't you know we're going to have spiritual power? Don't you know you can read people's minds? Did not Yahushua able to read? And Yahushua said, the things that I do, you shall do in greater. And he did so many acts of spiritual power that the world couldn't contain all the books. Did not Yahushua was able to read minds? Did he not know what people were going to say before they said it? So we're not going to have that? We're going to have x-ray vision. We're going to be able to read people's minds. We're going to be able to talk to the animals. The wild beasts are going to be in league with us. But some Russians, Sambo Russians, are going to come and get us. Fuck out of here. And thou shalt come up against my people, Israel. It ain't talking about Israelites in the kingdom. And like I said, there's got to be at least 1 million Israelites that's in the land of Israel. And they keep them numbers down. And that's why they want to get rid of us, because they know, you notice they want to get rid of the Israelites that came from what's his name? What's the guy's name? Go help me out, y'all. Like I said, when they came over there, Israel now wants to get rid of them because they know that they're the real people. They're not trying to get rid of the Philistines because they know that the Philistines are not the real people. It says, and thou shalt come up against my people Israel as a cloud to cover the land. This is not talking about the kingdom. It's talking about this is getting ready to happen. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, which is the land of Israel, that the heathen, the other nations, may know me, when I shall be sanctified, made holy, clean of thee, O God, before their eyes. This is going to happen once, and it's not going to happen again. God ain't rolling up on us in the kingdom of heaven. They're not going to pull up. Thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, the Most High, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Yashar'Allah, which prophesy in those days, many years, that I would bring thee against them. So that's talking about in the kingdom. Come on, man. You need to sit down somewhere. The 18th verse. And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, and this is in the kingdom, saith the Lord, that my fury shall come up in my face. So the Lord was taking a nap, and he got up and he got mad, and he taught come on. For my jealousy, this is getting ready to happen. It's going to happen one time. It says that the land is going to shake. The earth is going to shake only one time. That's Jacob's trouble. You can't compare it to any other time in history. It says, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken, surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. One time, when the missiles hit this place, that's the great shaking. And the Most High said he's going to be in the midst of the missiles to make sure they hit the target. So that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts and the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and I believe that's Aratazah. If you look it up, it means the whole earth. And all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake, Isaiah 24, at my presence, because he's going to be, Hebrews, Paul said he was a consuming fire. And the mountains shall be thrown down, which are the governments. So wait a minute, the Most High going to destroy the governments that we put in slavery? And the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. The wall of China, that's going to fall to the ground. And I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith the Lord Yahweh. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. Oh, so in the kingdom, we keep this is the same energy. Starting from the 8th verse on now, it's talking about the same thing. So these other nations in our kingdom, they're gonna fight against each other. They're just gonna start killing each other, right? And I will plead against him with Palestine and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands the Most High is going to rain upon him with what? His army, his host. One time. So in the kingdom, the Most High got to summon up the missiles again. And upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain, a rain of missiles, and great hailstone, fire, and brimstone. Hold up. I'm not familiar with that number. I'm not going to answer it. It's probably a scam calling. I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood. This is going to happen when this destruction comes. It's not going to happen in the kingdom. So wait a minute. So in the kingdom, there's going to be a national riot against nations of people. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. No. And this goes hand in hand with 2nd Ezra's 15 and 16. I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him, and overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire, and brimstone. What's the great hailstones, fire? The great hailstones, fire, and brimstone. That's the missiles. So in the kingdom of heaven, the Most High is going to have to cause the atom to split the atom and do another Sodom and Gomorrah on the land again? No. And this is why we say that Hassad is not one of the elect. And when myself, and other men of GMS was doing videos, we was doing it from the heart so that you may see it. But your pride took over. Like I said, I told Apostle Rama, I said, look, that proves one thing. That man ain't one of the elect. What you should do is humble yourself. Everything you guys got, you got from GMS. Everything that Sakari got, the name of Yahweh, the Hebrew that you speak, the breakdowns. It says, thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am the Lord. That's in the kingdom. Most High going to bring the missiles to destroy this place. We're going to live safely in the kingdom, and then they're going to attack us again, and then the Most High said, and that's that. And that's that. I didn't realize so many Gogites had escaped. You see the stupidity in that? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next. And I read Ezekiel 38. See, I noticed that the heart didn't go to Ezekiel. I read Ezekiel 38. And Ezekiel 38 goes hand in hand. I had precepts that I didn't even go to. As a matter of fact, let me do this, because I don't want to make this long. Ezekiel 34 and 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. We know that that's talking about Israelites. So will I seek out my sheep, which are the Israelites, starting with the elect, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. What's the cloudy and dark day? When the missiles hit. And I will bring them out from the people, the other nations, and gather them from the countries. You're going to have elect, Matthew 24, the elect from one end of heaven to the other. And I will bring them to their own land. That's when the kingdom comes. And the God is not going to jump us. And feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture. That's the coming kingdom. But the Russians are going to attack us. And upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, except when the Russians come. And in a fat pasture, because the land is going to yield its fruit, shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel, meaning the things that come out of the earth we're going to feed on. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, saith Yahweh. So now, according to these guys, we should lie down with one eye open, like Sharp Eye Washington, inside joke. I will seek that which was lost. What did Yahweh tell the disciples, which became the apostles? He said, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? And bring again that which was driven away. We're driven away. We're over here on the other side of the earth. So the Most High is going to bring us back to Israel. It will bind up that which was broken and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed with judgment. I will destroy them that are doing Jeshurun and wax fat and thick. The strong represents their military. The fat represents their riches. And this is ultimately the kingdom. Jeremiah 23:5. Let's see what that says. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch. Yahweh came out a righteous branch, and David's coming back in his kingship. He's going to be ruler on a physical plane. Yahweh is going to be over him in the heavens, but Yahweh is going to be among us in spirit. Revelation 21. And by the way, David's going to be back in the kingdom. David was known as a warrior, and he's going to be a super warrior now. He's going to be a warrior and an angel in the body. So they're going to kidnap King David too? Are you out your fucking mind? And a king shall reign and prosper and shall execute judgment and judgments in the earth. When is that going to happen? When this man goes down. In his day Judah shall be saved and Israel shall dwell safely. But except for the Gogites. And this is the name whereby he shall be called, Yahweh our righteousness. Or Yahweh, righteousness would be Tazadak. Lanawa, our, right? Yahweh Tazadak Nawa, which is Yahweh our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, because they were all together, the two tribes, the two kings were together. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, which brought up, and which, that doesn't mean that we're not going to keep the Passover. We're going to keep the Passover, but we're going to have a new Passover. So we're going to have an extra high holy day added to the high holy days that we're currently keeping. So like you get all hyped up for the Passover, we're going to get hyped up for this day. And which led us, the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, which is here, and from all countries, because we were scattered all over the place, whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. I'm pretty sure Bagog is going to come get them. Revelation 7. It was 20 verse 7. Even the Bible Hub, when you go to Revelation 20 and 7, I can prove that. Revelation 20 and 7 and 8 and 9 or whatever. Or if you go to Ezekiel 38, start from chapter 8, you go to the hub, make a reference to Revelation chapter 20. So here we are. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loose out of his prison. What prison is it talking about? Great chain, and they were bound 1,000 years. What time period is that? You can say the Dark Ages. From 500 to 1500 AD. But it was even longer than that. Because we was taking down this kingdom piece by piece. So we really had rulership. We started ruling shit. Damn near 1,500 years we were ruling. But we were truly in our rulership during the Dark Ages. That's when Esau had no power at all. No influence at all. That's why when you read, you go to Google and you put in Dark Ages, medieval time, they'll say not too much was going on economically, scientifically, knowledge-wise. Yeah, shit was going on, but Jake was making shit happen. It's you guys that wasn't making nothing happen. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, what 1,000 years? Go to the first verse, second verse. Satan, which is the enemy, Esau, shall be loose out of his prison, and shall go out and deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. How did they deceive us? Through Christianity, their democracy. It says Gog and Magog, which they're going to come into power, and they're going to be when you go to Revelation chapter 13, and it speaks about the beast, and it says the feet of it as the feet of the bear, it's talking about Russia. The feet of something is the end of something. To gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and that's the land of Israel. That's Armageddon. Armageddon means place of the troops, mountain of troops rather, and compassed the camp of the saints. The camp of the saints is the land of Israel. The camp of the saints is also known as the Israelites. And the beloved city is the land of Israel, is also the Israelites. And fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. That's not going to happen a second time. And the devil, which by the way, them Russians are a bunch of devils too, they're Edomites, that deceived them, was cast into the lake of fire. Now these guys were saying, just watch what they did, the response to us, GMS. Watch maybe the last, half an hour. They're talking about the lake of fire, and they're saying, we're going to take these nations and we're going to bring them from one place and we're going to fly them to the lake of fire and we're going to drop. Ain't no lake of fire. Ain't nobody going to be dropped in a lake of fire. That's symbolic. That represents, it says in Revelation 14, it says the Most High is going to put them in a wine press and he's going to stomp on them grapes. And he's going to have blood on them. Yahushua ain't going to have no blood on him. He ain't going to jump in a wine vat and make wine out of them. He's not coming back on a white horse. That's all. You guys read scriptures that are symbolic for the vision that means this. And then you say, well, that's going to happen. The Lord is coming back on a white horse. And he's going to have 1,000 crowns on his head. He's good at balancing things. John saw him with many crowns on his head, talking about, what is that? That's a vision that he saw, which represent what? He's going to take down all the kingdoms. A lot of you say that or may say, I wouldn't be surprised if you say it, that in Daniel 7 and 9, that the Most High is actually going to come. The Most High ain't coming down. Yahweh Shai and the angels are coming down. What Daniel saw was a vision, talking about the presence of the Most High. Nobody's going to say, oh, well, that's Yahweh Shai, and there goes Michael, and that's Yahweh. No, no. You guys need to leave this information that we got on YouTube. Y'all need to close up fucking shop, for real. Because you're not of the elect any goddamn way. Because if you was the elect, we'd have been following you. And the devil, who's the devil that deceived them, was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. What does that mean? This is what John saw, but what did it mean? It represents the missiles hitting Babylon the Great, where the beast and the false prophet. And one of them guys, Hakar, whatever, said, and we're gonna grab the Pope, and we're gonna go to Vatican City. And they didn't say it in there, but they did mention the Pope. We're going to take the Pope and we're going to fly him to America and we're going to throw him into that lake of fire. No. That's just talking about when Babylon goes down, the whole system is going down. Even the ones that are alive, are the super rich, they're going to be all right. They're not going to be set on fire because they're going to know the fire is coming. They're going to look for an escape route, whether it's in the mountain somewhere, another country, underground city, wherever. Amos 9 and 2, we're going to gather them up and put them into captivity. It's not. It doesn't mean, okay, we got the Rothschilds, let's take them, fly them over to the lake of fire. Ain't nobody going to be literally cast into a lake of fire. False prophet are and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Oh, so wait a minute. I hope Hassan and Hakar's not teaching that there's a hell. I hope they're not teaching what Bishop Nate is teaching, which proves that Bishop Nate, as it stands, is not one of the elect. You wouldn't be teaching no hell doctrine. And after we got on you about it, here you are still teaching this madness. Like I said in previous videos, that you guys that are out there are set up by the Most High to be stumbling blocks to the unbelievers. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.